What's up, everybody? Marvel the Cross 316 back with another comic book haul. Today I got a great stack of Bronze Age and Copper Age, Spider-Man, and Fantastic Four related titles here. This is going to be a great video, so stay tuned because we're going to be looking at some great books today. So let's go ahead and get started with this bad boy right here. I just got some of these books in the mail today. I rebagged and boarded these books as well. Got these from mycomicshop.com from their eBay store. That's my go-to when I usually buy comics. I go to eBay and just purchase the books that I need for my runs. And of course, Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four are my two favorite titles to collect. Those are the ones that I've been heavily focused on this year. And so right off the bat, I didn't have this one. This is Web of Spider-Man Annual Number 2 from 1986. A beautiful Charles Vess cover here. And I have not read this one, but I'm really looking forward to it. And I just love Spider-Man posing on that wall right there with the Spider-Man logo right there. Just beautiful stuff. A beautiful cover by the great Charles Vess. Up next, we have the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 20, annual number 20. And this is the first cover appearance of Iron Man 2020. And you know that 4 years ago it was 2020, so it's going to be a unique read. I've never read this one. Just needed it for my annuals that I do not have, so this is one I didn't have. Continuing along those lines of 1986, since I've been reading these books in chronological order in the Copper Age, so definitely looking forward to reading this one. Spider-Man going up against Iron Man of 2020. It's going to be unique to see what they thought Iron Man looked like in 2020 and what life was supposed to be like in 2020. But a beautiful cover here. Looking forward to reading this bad boy right there. All right, and then of course, when you get into late 1986, early 1987, the gang war started up, and this has been really fun to read. This is issue number 284 of the Amazing Spider-Man. Got this in fine condition. I just love all of these villains on the front cover here with Hobgoblin. You got Jack-O-Lantern, the Rose, you got Hammerhead. All of these men coming up against each other. There's a gang war going on in New York City, and Spider-Man is caught in the middle. So definitely looking forward to continuing to read this. I've already read part 1, and then part 2 is found in issue number 285. And when I say this is a stellar cover, this is a stellar cover. This is by Mike Zeck. Mike Zeck drew this cover, and I mean, it just simply pops. It is just a beautiful red background. You got the Punisher. He's gotten into this war. He's going to try to blow these people up with a bazooka, and Spider-Man is going to stop him. Beautiful cover. Great story. Read this one a couple of days ago. I mean, this is peak Spider-Man material right here. If you've never read Gang War, you definitely need to go and check it out for yourselves. The books are pretty inexpensive, and I'm pretty sure you can get the whole run on eBay for probably under $100. So here's issue number 286 of The Amazing Spider-Man. This is one of the books that I rebagged and boarded today. This is part 3, Thy Father's Son. I have not read part 3 yet. And I believe there are 5 parts. I do not have parts 4 and 5 yet. I will get that and show them off in the next haul. But definitely looking forward to this. Spider-Man is going to tackle the Hobgoblin. You have the Rose on the cover here. And so, once again, a beautiful cover. Really looking forward to continue to read this storyline, the Gang War. Talk about beautiful covers. I believe this is another Charles Vess cover. I don't know exactly to be sure, but a beautiful cover, nothing less. This is Web of Spider-Man issue number 22. And what can I say? This is one of the books that I considered buying a graded copy for a long time ago, but I decided it's just better to get the raw copy because really isn't a key of any sorts. It's just a beautiful cover. Spider-Man swinging in the moonlight. Let's see. I believe the artist is right here. Okay, Mark Beecham. It's not Charles Vess. It's Mark Beecham from 1986. And he did a fantastic job on this cover. Here we have issue number 24, and what's unique about this book is that this is the second cameo appearance of Eddie Brock. Second cameo appearance of Eddie Brock. If you didn't know that, his hand or arm is shown in this cover, in this comic, and he's canceling out Spider-Man's spider sense. So there's that mystery surrounding who is this that's canceling out Spider-Man's spider sense, and it just so happens to be Eddie Brock. Spider-Man goes up against the Vulture here, and this one right here you need to read before you begin to read the Gang War storyline. This pretty much is the story that comes right before that Gang War starts, because the Hobgoblin appears in this issue as well. But good stuff here. Continuing on with the Spider-Man related titles, we have Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man. Been focusing heavily on that these past few months. We have a appearance of the Black Cat in her new costume, and they go up against the Blaze. The Blaze returns in this issue here. Spider-Man and the Black Cat think that they're on the Foreigner's side, but the Foreigner has actually hired the Blaze to take down Spider-Man and the Black Cat, but he spectacularly fails in this issue. And spoiler alert, the Blaze dies in this issue. He is killed by Commissioner Keating. So that was interesting, because I believe Keating is involved with the Hobgoblin. But here we go with issue number 124. This features Dr. Octopus. And when I read this issue, it was more of like a throwback issue, because it kind of read like a Silver Age Stan Lee story, to be honest with you. And I don't really know how this story with Dr. Octopus is related to the continuity. But Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man fight to a standstill. It's a pretty decent story, and Dr. Octopus has to save the city from being destroyed. And so looks like Dr. Octopus has lost his sphere of Spider-Man in this one. So that's why it kind of threw me off. But nothing less, it's a beautiful cover and a pretty interesting story. All right, and this is a beautiful cover right here. I mean, a very hard issue to get in good grade, but this one is a really good shape. This is Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 125, featuring that new Spider-Woman that appeared in the Secret Wars, and she's going up against the Wrecking Crew. So this will be a very interesting read. I'm looking forward to seeing how she's going to get involved in Spider-Man's life. So this is cool, and it's a newsstand, so really cool there. All right, so that's it for the Spider-Man stuff for today. Now let's get into some classic Fantastic Four stuff. I got a majority of these Bronze Age Fantastic Fours from Lee's Comics on eBay. I got it from his eBay store. He has been selling these for like $4 a piece. And I don't believe I showed these off last time, but I believe you're seeing these for the first time ever. I did buy those Spectacular Spider-Man issues, those early ones from him, so I decided to go back and look, and he was selling these Bronze Age Fantastic Fours for like $4 or $5 a piece. So I'm going to start, going back and filling in some holes in my Fantastic Four run. I definitely have a lot more to collect. since I don't have as many Fantastic Four as I do of Spider-Man. But the Fantastic Four is one of my favorite superhero groups to read. Ever since I was little, growing up and reading them, I've always found them to be interesting. I love the family dynamic, and they are caught in the middle here with the these villains right here, the Frightful Four. You got Sandman, the Wizard, and Pastepot Pete, and they are adding a brand new member to the team. This is from 1977, issue 177. Then we have issue number 178, and the Brute appears in this issue, and he joins the Frightful Four for a short period of time. The Brute, if you don't know anything about him, he is the Counter-Earth Fantastic Four member Reed Richards. So this is Reed Richards, actually, from another world. And what we find out from this member of the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, is that his Sue, the Invisible Girl, is in a coma. And he's jealous of this Earth's Mr. Fantastic Four, and he's going to then trap him into the negative zone. And he's going to trick all of the members of the Fantastic Four into thinking that he is the real Reed Richards. And oh man, I just love these covers, by the way. Some of these covers are drawn by George Perez, some of them by Jack Kirby, as you'll soon see, and some from Sal Buscema. So, I mean, this is a great period of time when people are picking up these issues for 30 cents. A great time to read Fantastic Four. I've read all of these, and it is just some good stuff. Just fun stuff to read right here. And the artwork is just stellar. You gotta love that. So this is a 179. Then we have issue number 180. And you have the appearance of Thundra, Tigra, and the Impossible Man with the Thing. And this is drawn by Jack Kirby. This is a Jack Kirby cover right here. So really cool stuff. Jack Kirby came back and drew some of the covers. He never did any of the interiors. But it was really cool to see that Jack Kirby, after, you know, being away from the Fantastic Four and drawing the Fantastic Four for about 7 years, decided to show back up and draw some of these covers. Here's another one, a Jack Kirby cover here, issue number 181. And then, like I said, this storyline goes on for like 5 issues. And this time the Brute's going up against Sue Storms, the Invisible Girl. And all the other members are trapped into the negative zone. And she is going to be defeated in this issue. And I mean, I love that red in the background right there. Makes the cover really pop. So she's defeated in this issue right here. And she's thrown out the Baxter Building window. And Thundra and Tigra are going to have to save her from falling to her death. You have Annihilus. He's going to appear in these 2 issues as well. And they're going to join forces to fight the Mad Thinker's android, who has been upgraded into this lifelike figure here. And he's going to fight the Brute. So, yeah, man, this is just some great stuff. George Perez cover doesn't get any better than this. This is issue number 183, June of 1977. Come on, y'all. This is good stuff right here. So, yeah, really, really enjoying these issues of the Fantastic Four from the Bronze Age. And then, I haven't read this one yet. This is issue number 184. And they go up against the Eliminator. I believe this is his first appearance. Another George Perez cover. July of 1977. And then we have a great stack of Marvel 2-in-1. I haven't, been focusing much on Marvel 2-in-1. I took a long break from collecting. the issues of this title, but I'm going back and filling in some holes in that run as well. So here we have issue number 22. This is from December of 1976, with Thor making an appearance here, and they're going to go up against Seth. So this is looking like a really cool story. I've actually read this story a long time ago, but I had a coverless copy. But I'm finally glad to have a copy that has the cover, because I threw my coverless copy away a long time ago. So I'm glad to now have this issue returned to my collection, and it's all of its glory. And so this is a two-parter here. So Thor is going to reappear again in issue number 23. I just love these Bronze Age issues, these 30-cent era books. They're just so fun to read and look at. And I love these tag team titles like Marvel 2-in-1 and Marvel Team Up. That's one of my goals, is to have all of the issues of Marvel 2-in-1 and all of Marvel Team Up. That's one of my comic book goals. Here we have issue number 24. The Thing teams up with Black Goliath, Bill Foster. And then in issue number 25, the Thing is going to team up with Iron Fist. So those are the Marvel 2-in-1s I picked up off of Marvel out of the mycomicshop.com. And then, of course, I'm continuing to read the John Byrne run of Fantastic Four. Here's issue number 271. And this is a throwback cover here. Definitely has a Silver Age feel to it, with Reed and Sue on the cover going up against this monster right here, Gormu. He makes his first appearance in this issue. So really looking forward to reading that. And I just, like I've said in the past videos, I love John Byrne's artwork. So yeah, I'm reading two different two different eras of the Fantastic Four. I'm reading, Bronze Age, but I'm also reading the Copper Age. Just filling in my knowledge gap with the Fantastic Four, to be honest with you. I can't get enough of the Fantastic Four. I love the Fantastic Four. So I don't care if it's messing up with the stories and I might get them mixed up, but I don't care. I just love reading the Fantastic Four, and I'm hoping to just continue to fill in the holes of this great first volume of the Fantastic Four. And then, of course, the tie-in comes with The Thing. This is another title that I'm focusing on, trying to get all the issues of The Thing. And here's number 18. I didn't have this one. The Thing is still on Battle World. He hasn't returned to the Earth yet, and he's just exploring life on his own, away from the Fantastic Four. And this is, I believe, from 1984, December of 1984. So there you have it, folks. I hope you like this haul. I know that there's nothing too key in these books, to be honest, but they're all kind of like filler issues. But when it comes to collecting, you're not always going to come across a key issue. Sometimes it's just best to pick up these cheap issues that are like $4 or $5 a piece and fill in some gaps in your collection. So that's what I've been doing primarily these past few months. And I'm just so happy to add more to my collection. And I hope y'all have enjoyed looking at these books. And I will see y'all in the next one.